Hello there, Don here, Patriot Media Group. Just checking in with y'all, talking about current events and kind of what we see about them. But things have just been moving so fast. I don't even know how many videos I'm on and whether or not they're overlapping or not. But something occurred to me today that kind of scared me a bit because this Chinese surveillance balloon thing and stuff like that, the way that it ran, which is straight down through the Midwest of our country, kind of looked to me like they may have been surveilling a lot of our missile silos and trying to check the status of them, which any kind of low radiation detector could do. I don't know how many of our, ICBMs from, what are they, from the 50s and 60s and 70s are still active, but I'm sure that they have some kind of a device that can detect all that stuff, so they probably, rolled it down just to see what's going on. And then, over the last, week or so, I heard a few people that were, spouting up, that said that it was our technology, that we actually owned it. And, I respect their opinions. One of my very good friends, Cam, she's like, no, that was our technology. But here's the thing. If it was our technology, then why is China making such a big deal about it? Why are they trying to, give us back our stuff? Or, again, is that just more media hype and they're making crap up? The thing is that I honestly don't even know who to trust anymore. Who in the hell do you believe? I mean, do you believe Tucker Carlson? Do you believe, Don Lemon? Do you believe CBS? Do you believe MSNBC? Do you believe Fox News? Do you believe, you certainly can't believe Joe Biden. That would be idiocy in its purest form if you believe the President of the United States. Because that guy's, I'm sorry, Peanut my dog has more sense than that guy. But here's the thing that kind of occurred to me is, today I was driving down the road as this balloon, it was actually after the fact. It wasn't while the balloon was passing over our country. And, irrelevant of whether it was ours or theirs, and I'm sure that they have satellites that can pass over our country and gather much more intelligence. I think that the key thing more is infiltration, invasion, and complacency on the part of our government to protect us. Now, I've heard so many things that, that the balloon had, high-tech surveillance equipment, and I heard that the balloon had explosives. I heard that the balloon, could have had, nuclear warheads in it. The funny thing is, they fished it out of the ocean, and we're yet to hear anything about what was actually in it. But I did have heard that, China is demanding their the contents of their balloon back. But we're not even sure that that's true either. I guess the thing is that this administration has lied so much that the American people, or at least the people that are paying attention like me and some of you, we don't know who to believe. certainly can't believe Biden because he lies every time he gets in front of a microphone. You can't believe any of his cabinet. I mean, shit, look at, I'm sorry, darn, look at, Pete Buttigieg, who's in charge of our jets. You know, the Secretary of Transportation who can't get one jet to run on time and hasn't been able to since he took office. Sorry, I digress. Anyways, here's a couple things, real quick. You know, that thing flew the entire length and breadth of our country, unchecked. Now, whether it was theirs or whether it wasn't theirs, but here's the thing I want to put out there that I haven't heard anybody say. Okay. According to our Constitution, the United States of America is not allowed to have a standing army. Okay, which means that we don't have army in all of our cities because after the British occupation, we did not want to have soldiers in all of our homes and, you know, camped outside of our doors and things like that. And that is entirely different in other countries of the world. Now, if you do a little bit of research and you pull this up, and you can back me up on this, you can prove me wrong if you got the nuts to do it, throw it up in the comments. This is going to be published on several platforms and publicly. But here's the thing. Right now, as the way things exist, our army is outnumbered just by, at least our standing army in the United States, not standing army meaning people who are in training and people who are like in our boot camps. We're outnumbered almost 2-to-1 because China has actually bought up a lot of our boot camps, up to and including those that surround some of our most prestigious training facilities. Here's the thing. What I want to bring to clause here is that our Constitution actually prevents us from having standing armies, which I think that there may be a reason here for an amendment to the Constitution so that we can put soldiers. Actually, every state actually has the ability to do this. It may be time to call up our National Guard, because I think the Chinese are scoping this out to dump a whole bunch of soldiers in here. And this is why I say this, and that's because in the United States, in training right now, they have 250,000 soldiers. And that's all the way across, you know, Utah, Montana. They're training in our facilities. They've taken over a lot of our training facilities, our Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. They've bought them. In Canada right now, they have 300,000 soldiers that are sitting on our borders. If you don't believe me, look it up. It's real simple. Mexico, this is going to mess you up. 600,000 soldiers in Mexico that have been China has amassed. That's over 1 million between our surrounding countries, and a quarter of those within our own boundaries. Which means basically, if they decide to pull the chain, click the lever, whatever you want to call it, they're going to be hard. We're going to be hard pressed using our military to fight them back. However, as Emperor Hirohito said, when Japan invaded Pearl Harbor, he said that my biggest fear is that behind every blade of grass there is an American with a rifle. And he's damn true. Or he was damn right. But I'll tell you, these numbers scare me. And the more you dig into it, if you Google this, it's kind of frightening. I had hundreds of hits, but here's the thing. China is taking over our own military training facilities within our own country. They're buying up our own farmland within our own country. They are taking us over from within because we are a free country. So they're taking advantage of that. They are exploiting us because we can be exploited because nobody's paying attention. We can't do this in China. We just can't do it. We cannot do it. We don't have the ability to exploit them. So here's the thing. In our Constitution, you better shut up. Go lay down. Sorry. Hang on. Let me go open the door for my dog. So her dumb ass can go upstairs and bark at nothing. Here, go ahead. Get out of here. Leave my office. Thank you. Good. Let him bark. Let him bark. Let him bark. Here's the thing. According to our Constitution, Congress has the power to raise a standing army under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 12, known as the Army Clause. So I'm sure that there's probably 0 members of Congress that know about this clause. The fact that we have the ability to raise a standing army to defend our country from within. Now, if we've got over 1 million soldiers poised on our borders to the north, borders to the south, and 250,000 within, and they are sending over reconnaissance balloons, and the belief is that currently they are waiting for the distraction of our 2024 election to begin their invasion of Taiwan, hoping that they're going to force us into some kind of a confrontation. And the fact that Joe Biden and our current Congress and Senate have sent over half of our military armaments over to the Ukraine, which has absolutely nothing to do with our current situation, but they're giving it away because I guess that's what they think that they should do. You know what? Whatever. There's no reason for us to be involved in Ukraine. And you know, several senators have stood up and said it, and they've been booed and hissed down. But that's not the point. The point being is that our country right now is running at about 30% capacity of the military that we had under Donald Trump. Now, you know, Trump, take him or leave him, is the only president in the history of the United States who had absolutely no wars under his president. We had the strongest military, the tightest borders, the highest productions, the highest GDP. We had everything was going well under the man. You know, whether or not you liked him, whether or not you liked his diplomatic presence, whether or not the way that he dealt with everybody, he was America first. This administration is America last. This administration is destroying the country. And if you can't go to the gas pump, the grocery store, or just pay attention to any of the news and watch what is happening to the rest of the world, the main thing is a strong America is a safe world. And if you don't believe that now, and you don't vote or do something to help, then this world's only got a couple of years left. Because if Biden stays in office for 2 more years, I don't know if we have to impeach him and just run this administration into the ground, get him out, impeach them all. Get them all the hell out of here. Mayorkas. There's nothing wrong with the border. 3 million people have been run across the border. That's more than the population of Detroit. By 2, by 3, by 4, by 5. Detroit's only got 600 and something thousand people left in it, but they've let 5 times that come across the border and put them all over the country because they think that they're going to vote for them. All right. Anyways, going a little long here, longer than I wanted to. Folks, all 10 of you to listen. This has to change. The facelift of America is nothing. Biden made all these promises, and he has failed in every single one of them. It's just, it's sad, it's disgusting, and I fear for our country. And if you don't fear for our country, you're not paying attention. All right, that's it for me. I am, this is Don from Patriot Media Group, UnitedPatriotsofMichigan.com. Still working on building that website, but I'm halfway there. Takes a little bit of dough, but I'm working on it. Y'all take care, and we'll see you. Oh, come on, man. I didn't hit the button. Sorry. Gotta hit the button.